experience is a true transformation, not just in information, not just information, but truly transformation, and how this opportunity has changed people's lives. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Tammy Maltby Melchizedek, and I live in beautiful Colorado Springs, Colorado. I am married. I'm a mother of four, still a mother. I'm a mother of 4 adult children, and I have 7 grandsons, which means my life is very busy. I am married to a retired colonel in the Air Force. He taught at the Air Force Academy for 9 years and was in the military for 20. I come from a background of publishing and media, and we had found some success in some of the things that we had done in our lives, which we were very grateful for. We had worked very, very hard, done the traditional thing, going to college, getting our educations, finding a job we were successful in. And in 2007, when Jerry and I got married, we had no idea the tsunami that was about to hit our lives. Welcome 2008. And I don't know how that affected anyone on this Zoom, but it was a huge issue and a huge setback for us. The real estate market crashed. And because my husband went into real estate after his military service, all of our investments were in real estate, except one, and that's why we still have our home. We didn't lose it all overnight. We lost it bit by bit. But over a 2-year period of time, everything we had saved for, everything we had invested in, foreclosed and shut down. And I'll tell you, it's one thing to build your life in your 40s and 50s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, but it's another thing to start doing it in your mid 50s. And it was a really challenging time for us. I was looking for a better way. We got to one of our bills. It was a very large bill from a company that we had to pay off a lot of debt for. And I remember that night, I said to my husband, the only thing that we have of value that's left was my wedding ring. And I said, we need to sell it. We need to sell it. And I remember Jerry looking at me and, he said with tears in his eyes, he said, Tammy, I feel like I've failed you. And I felt like I had failed my kids. I had done what I believed to be the right thing, worked very, very hard. And yet over a very short period of time, I lost everything. We lost everything. Well, fast forward 7 years ago, a very good friend of mine entered my life. His name was Tom Davis. I had done some speaking with Tom, and he knew I was looking for a better way. And he came to me and he said, Tammy, I know you've been looking for an opportunity, and I think this is it. You need to take a look. Because I trusted Tom, and tonight someone invited you because I know that you trust them or you wouldn't be on this Zoom. And I trusted Tom. He was an incredible friend, he and his wife. And he said, I think you just need to take a look. So I did. I heard what you're about to hear tonight. And I jumped in with both feet running. And within 4 months, my husband and I had made enough to make our house payment and our car payment. That means everything else went to pay off debt. In the first year of this business, we entered into a 6-figure income, and 8 weeks later, our income doubled. Within 22 months, we became the fastest, largest growing team for our company in the world. And we paid off all of our debt. And I'll close with this. When I hit 500K, 500,000 in volume a month coming into our organization, I humbly tell you that my husband put me in a car and we went and we purchased my wedding ring. It's not about the ring. It's about the redemption. So tonight, I don't know why you're here and I don't know what you're looking for, but I do believe you're here looking for a better way. Maybe it's more time freedom. Maybe it's more financial freedom. Maybe it's just a community of like-minded, life-giving people. And maybe it's better health, weight loss, whatever it is. I believe we have something inside of this experience for you. So take a look, take your blinders up, open up your heart, open up your mind. You're about to hear an opportunity that is not just informational, but truly it is transformational. I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Aaron Decker. Aaron is an amazing man. I've had the privilege now of working with Aaron for about the last year and a half. He is a lover of the people. He is a man that he too has gone through the tsunami, the crushing, I call it, before the crushing and after the crushing. He too has gone through his own story. He is a man of great compassion, great passion, and he is a visionary. He is leading this vision for you and the entire team into 2022 because 2021, because 2020 was a tough year for a lot of us. 2021, I believe we have a better way. Thanks for joining, Aaron.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Tammy. And thank you to all of you that are taking your time as you're watching this. I want you to think about something while we're going to share our screen here in a minute. How many of you have either yourselves or know somebody that was directly impacted in a negative way these last 12 months from what's going on in the world? And so what we're going to share with you tonight, it might not be what you thought you were praying for, but it might be exactly what you're supposed to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to explain to you an age-old industry. We're redefining an age-old industry for the new age entrepreneur. And I'm so excited to share this with you tonight. Who are we? Guys, we are becoming the world's #1 social selling platform, but we're also the direct to consumer business model. And we're going to explain that to you and how it works and how you can participate. Now, what I love is timing, right? Has anybody ever told you right place, right time? And you think to yourself, yeah, I've heard that before. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to show you facts, why exactly you're at the right place at the right time with the right company. And I think more importantly, with the right people. And again, I like facts. So here's a fact for you. Our company is actually publicly traded. So we are the highest payout in our industry, but we're also the highest payout in our industry of any company that's publicly traded. And again, fact, right? We pay out a 51% of actual sales dollars. And I love that fact. Here's another fact. Guys, you can invest in the company that you're building. That's right. We're a publicly traded company. So you can literally be an owner of the company and the concept that we're going to share with you tonight. Now, this is just a couple screenshots just over the last several months. Now, imagine if you could have invested in a company like Amazon back before Amazon blew up. Well, guys, as you can see, our company, a few months ago, you could have invested and we were trading at about $1.73. Recently, it's been as much as $3 and $4.50. It's bouncing around. Guys, I'm not giving you any claims or telling you what to do, but I firmly believe that we're going to be a multiple billion-dollar company, and that stock is going to go through the roof. By the way, currently, guys, we're a $500 million company. Now, what I love about it is we're not just in North America, although many of you might be calling in from North America, but we can build a global distribution network, and there's nobody better to talk about that than somebody that's done it. I get to introduce to you somebody who's a dear friend. He was a coach. Guys, he was paycheck to paycheck or below, and this industry found him. He has built teams of over hundreds of thousands of people. He's made millions and millions of dollars. But you know what? He wants this just as bad for everybody else as he does for himself and his family. So Todd, could you explain to us what the significance of being able to build a global distribution network as opposed to just a national distribution network?
Yeah, Aaron and Tammy, it's exciting to be here tonight because we're sitting on a Zoom for all of North America, and there's less than 400 people here. It seems exciting that we have 400, but I mean, you can go to Super Target in your town, and there's more than 400 people in a Super Target at any given time. And we're sitting here looking at a page, Aaron, that encompasses about 4 billion people right now in the countries we're currently open in. And you say, well, how in the world do I move products myself and get paid on into all of these countries that I see out there around the world that we're operating in? And by the way, we're operating in any country that has a blue color to it. The only places you can't ship products to and make money or have just brand partners selling products and make money are the areas in gray. And you say, how can I do that? And it's really this simple. If you're here new tonight, you got invited to this Zoom tonight. When you get done, you're going to see how it all works. And we're going to do this again Thursday night. And you can invite a few people yourself. And they could be in any one of the countries you're looking at and Zoom right in on this platform and look at it. You can share a video. You can do anything. But it's so easy to build around the world. And Aaron, as a football coach in the state of Arkansas, when I first started, I never dreamed that you could get somebody involved who would eventually get somebody involved, who would eventually get somebody involved. And all of a sudden they would get somebody involved that would take it more serious than I did. And all of a sudden a multiplier effect hits and it builds this distribution force out there around the world. It's a neat opportunity. And if you're here tonight for the first time, I encourage you to tune in and pay real close attention.
Yeah, Todd, and we don't just open up countries, but when we open up a country, could you elaborate how we've got corporate offices and structures in certain countries as we expand?
Yeah, this is the most important part. I was actually sitting today with a group in South Alabama, and they literally, while I was sitting there, picked up their phone on WhatsApp, called a great business friend of theirs in Brazil. We talked to them. We then immediately connected them to the Brazilian manager. He told them where the office was, what products we were moving in that country, and boom, a Brazilian rep is up and running. So you can see we don't just have countries open. We have infrastructure. We have distribution centers throughout Europe, throughout China, throughout Japan, in Australia, in Canada, in Mexico, throughout now South America, moving into Latin America. So guys, all you got to do, and you say, well, what does that mean to me sitting here tonight for the very first time looking at something? I didn't know the person in Alabama today who knew the person in Brazil. I knew somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody that knew David Daughtry, that his brother-in-law in Alabama agreed to meet today at lunch, who happened to have a best friend that's a business partner in Brazil. And that quickly your business moves into all of the world. So Aaron, it's a neat deal. And Aaron, I know you and Ginger got business all throughout the world, as Ken Bailey and many others here on this call tonight do. It's just a fantastic opportunity.
Absolutely, you guys. And we all just started in our backyard. And so now I'm going to share a little bit about the vision and the people behind the company. So Brent Willis, who's our CEO, Brent's background is in corporate America. He was the youngest president of Coca-Cola. He also developed and helped to implement the strategy, which is now the world's largest beer distributorship, billions and billions of dollars. So these are businessmen and women that are running this from the corporate side. And literally what we're doing is we're connecting people and getting people the opportunity to be in the middle of the new direct to consumer business model. I mean, think about it. How many of you know somebody recently that has had something shipped to their house? How many of you have ordered something online and you know what, Amazon or UPS or somebody's showing up and they're delivering you a package? What if you could get in the middle of that money? You guys, that's what we do. We help people position themselves right in the middle of that money. I mean, it's not going to go back. It's sad when you look at this page right here. I mean, you look at just the GNC stores, like 1,200 stores closed. Well, they're not going to come back because they know direct to consumer is the new model. Well, you and I now can position ourselves in that. The other thing that I it's good and bad, you guys, is most people, if not everybody worldwide, just got exposed where they're vulnerable with their finances, but also with our health, right? Like, I don't know about you, but as you pay attention, people that were in better health were less susceptible to what's going on. And so we're going to transition into that. But you guys, all we're talking about is redirecting money that you're already spending. Look at these industries. Look at the health and wellness industry, $4.2 trillion, energy drinks, $55 billion, skincare, $135 billion. Guys, we're talking about billions and billions of dollars that's already being spent. You and I now can just redirect it, pivot to products and brands that you and I know, we learn to love, and you can trust the company behind it. And to kind of share some of her story, I get to introduce to you Dr. Kristal Vance. And she had a very successful chiropractic business. She was making a lot of money, but Dr. Kristal, and she's been extremely successful here, but you've had your own personal transformation. Would you mind kind of sharing how that went for you? And then also transitioning into getting away from your practice and sharing this with people full time?
Absolutely. Excited to share tonight. And I see these, all these people jumping on here tonight. And I want you to know that it wasn't that long ago that I was the person in the audience going, is this like, are people really like me? I thought I was special. I thought I was the only mess. My life was a full out mess, even though on the outside, I was holding it all together. Financial, business wise, very successful. Yet it always seemed like as a business owner, I was moving money from Peter to pay Paul, and the stress load of running a small business had my shoulders full. And the first thing that goes, at least for me, I don't know about anybody else, was my health. Like I was really good at feeding my face when I was stressed to the max. And here I was, a doctor, right? A doctor who knows health, who knows wellness, who's teaching it to people. And I found myself extremely overweight. And it really was just, it was what I had put myself through, trying to obtain successful and whatever that looked like to me. And my girlfriend reached out and said, you know, I know you're a businesswoman and I know you're always looking for ways to create more income. Cause I am like, I am open to money. Like I want to be successful with it. But she also knew health-wise, I was kind of struggling. You guys, I started using the different products here, the different tools. And what I loved as a doctor was to know that New Age said, we will make sure we give you the best of the best. You don't have to be a doctor to come here and use these and have peace of mind knowing. And so all of a sudden I was like, I could put my name behind this because I knew it wasn't junk, or I knew there wasn't just a couple good products and then the rest was filler product, which I saw so many times. And so to come here and be able to go, I can trust these people with my health. And I relaxed and I just started taking one step after another. And you guys, I've lost close to 160 pounds here. Like it blows my mind still. I see the pictures and I'm like, I didn't realize I looked like that. I realized that I destroyed my closet every morning when I got ready for work. I realized that I never knew what I was going to eat. I never wanted to have my pictures taken. I was out of control everywhere. And as soon as I started looking for a transformation for my health, it's like the stress quieted. I got me back under control. And at the same time, you guys, it still blows my mind. The business aspect of this, I created a 6-figure income outside of what I was doing as a doctor. I started replacing time, which was really good because I didn't have enough hours in the day. Anybody else? Like, I was like, I don't know how I can make more money because I don't have any more time to make more money. And what was really cool is I could have my own transformation and I could tell a friend and they could tell a friend. And the next thing you know, I have leveraged word of mouth marketing. It's exactly how I built my business. My healthcare provider business was built with word of mouth marketing. And now my online distribution company is built the exact same way. But there's a whole lot more people online than there was in Gillette, Wyoming. So you guys, the world is your oyster. You can do anything you want here. If it's just to pay for your products and have a transformation like I did and lose 5, 10, 100, 160 pounds, you guys, or to really find a way to finally feel successful in business. And that's the other side of this. You can have it all. You really can.
Absolutely. And your transformation has inspired so many people literally around the world. And we're so grateful to be working with people like all of you. But you guys, think about this. You have access to world-class products. And now I'm going to introduce my wife, Dr. Ginger, and she actually helps to formulate the products. But she's going to go over a few things, why they're so different and unique. She's been an educator in nutrition for years. She's taught at a world-renowned healing center. She's appeared on Dr. Oz. But Dr. Ginger, what's going on with, we've got this brand strategy and I see all these different companies and all these different products. Can you talk to us about what's so unique about what we get to do?
Well, the fun part about New Age is when we bring on other companies and other brands and under our umbrella, and at this point, they're all health oriented and health related, we can actually take a company, and we're very well known for integrity with ingredients. Let's put it that way. We're very clean. Our products are very clean. So when we bring on another company, we literally can look at their products and look at their ingredients. And if they're products that we definitely want to bring to the table, we can upgrade them clean them up a little bit if need be. If not, we just bring them under our umbrella. And there are some more products, more brands, a wide variety of things for you to share with people, because everyone has different starting points in their health journey. And I really feel like we have the golden ticket. We have everything you need as you walk through your health journey. Now, we are gluten-free, GMO-free, lactose-free. We don't use artificial colors, flavors, any of that kind of stuff. And those are buzzwords that everyone is looking for today. But then we take it next level, and we even clean up the manufacturing chemicals. I don't have time to go into all the details, but suffice it to say, when you hear all the details, even if you've just heard what I've heard today, you know these are products, as Dr. Kristal said, that you can trust, that you feel confident recommending. Even Olympic and professional athletes use our products because of all of our certifications, and then specifically a certification for them called InSport, that guarantees that they won't get red flagged on a drug or a urine test. So super, super clean. And we have the ability to do that with all the brands that come under our umbrella.
Fantastic, you guys. And think about this. All of this can be done from your home, or what we like to call your phone, right? This literally is a phone-based business. Guys, I think it was Dr. Kristal who said, it's only a smartphone if you're making money with your phone. And you guys, here we get to make money with our phone. I know many of the people that I saw today, they're taking pictures, they're on the beach, they're by the pool, they're enjoying life, but they're impacting people from wherever they're at. They're building incomes from wherever they're at. They're creating a residual income based on best-in-class products that are literally transforming people's lives, their health, their finances, aches and pains. It's just so much fun to be a part of a community of people that all want better, not just for themselves, but for everyone that they come in contact with. Guys, and then I'm going to kick it off here to end it so you can see exactly what you do. But this page right here was extremely important. And if you're somebody that have been around our industry, right, remember I said we're redefining an age-old industry. So we're taking an old industry and we're redirecting it, redefining it to something that's so new, so unique. Like we're literally taking the old transportation and this is the new Uber, right? We're taking the old hotel model and this is the Airbnb, but we're doing it in the industry of direct sales network marketing. We're nothing like those companies because of where we're headed, but our Bill of Rights levels the playing field, protects your business, gives you rights. You have the right to really have ownership. You have the right to participate in the company's profits. You have the right to what's called a partners council and the say in what happens, what products come on board. And that goes on and on and on. This has never been done. And when we looked at this years ago and said, we want to find a company that has the end in mind, but also is a balanced, equal playing field, not just one-sided on the corporate side, but also allows us to participate. You guys, there's nothing like this. And so now I'm going to bring up my good friend. He happens to be another coach. He has made literally tens of millions of dollars in this industry. He's helped people all over the world. But Coach, if you could explain to people, what does it mean to redirect a few dollars? And then what's the play? Like, how do I get started and how does it work?
Absolutely, Aaron. And I'm sitting here, I'm smiling from ear to ear because, it's just, I think about this like, we're at the right place at the right time because the world's looking for what we've got. When you've got best in the world products, products that people want, products that people want to consume or put in or on their body, and you can do it through a smartphone. You can transact and create a business through a smartphone. And just imagine this, you're sitting here and over time, not taking away from what you're already doing, over time, for most people, they're going to have a job in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. What if over time you got started and you started using the products? You started working on your own transformation. But as you're having a transformation, you're sharing it with other people, right? And over time, you built through sharing people that, let's just say, use this number, 1,364 people that were using about $150 a month. Guys, that's an average of $5 a day. You can't go to Starbucks for $5 a day. But the collective buying power of those 1,364 people would generate $204,600 of spending power running through your business. See, that creates true long-term residual income. That's what most people don't know that's possible in this industry. And here's the beauty. A lot of people ask me, Aaron, how do you do that? Like, okay, that number looks great, but how do you make it work? Well, we call it 4x4. See, as a football coach in Alabama, up in North Alabama, when I came to this industry, I was broke. I was $20,000 in credit card debt. I couldn't afford to spend a bunch of money. But here's what I knew. I needed a change. I needed a change in my life, and the change was this industry. And this is where the play came from. The fact that I could get started. You could get started tonight. And you could pick some products that benefited your needs, like create you a pack, okay, for the price of a kid's Xbox, for the price of a baseball bat. You could create packs, and you go, well, what do you do with these packs? Well, you use the products you get. Like, you work on your transformation. Maybe you share some of them with other people, but you get started. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to lock arms with you. We're going to lock arms with you because you got people, you know people, whether it's on social media, whether it's in your hometown, you know people that's never heard of the name New Age. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to help you do two things. 4x4. We're going to help you get 4 brand partners to do the same thing you did. They purchase a pack, they start using our products, but then we're going to also help you get 4 retail customers. And here's what we know. By achieving 4 and 4, we're going to help you recoup your initial purchase money. We're going to help you get your money back in your pocket. And for me as a football coach, that was a first down. That was a little win. It got people on our products, but then got them paid. It got a paycheck moving through their bank account. And guess what? Now your belief goes up. And here's the beauty behind that. You duplicate that process 2 more times, you're at over $1,000 a month on average of income. Now, Aaron, where I'm from in North Alabama, that pays for almost the mortgage of my home, $1,000 a month. And here's the beauty. I do it 2 more times. I coach that 4x4 play 2 more times. I'm sitting at a 6-figure a year income on average, $100,000 a year. And I'm not saying that this is going to happen overnight, but over time, again, not taking away from what I'm already doing, we grow this and we turn this into 3, 4, 5 years. We turn this into a 6-figure income coming in on the side using the play of the 4x4. That's how we win here. And Aaron, for everybody on the call tonight, here's what I would tell you. You're probably just like me. You want to do your own due diligence. You want to look into this a little more. Well, Aaron, we've got that opportunity, and it's coming to everybody tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, they can come back on this Zoom tomorrow night and learn more about our house of brands, learn more about our products that are backed by science, that comes with a seal of approval that says, we are the #1 in the industry. We are the clean products you want in and on your body. And tomorrow night, they're going to have a chance to sit down with Dr. Kristal Vance and Dr. Ginger Decker and hear from 2 ladies that sit on the boards that really help create how clean our products are. So look at these, write down the Zoom IDs, and listen, the person that invited you to this call is going to get back with you. They're going to invite you to the call tomorrow night. They're going to invite you to do this with us. Here's what I'll promise you. Over 10 years ago, I was the person that came here and really didn't think that I was looking for this, but I knew I needed to make a change. And because I was willing to take a step, because I was willing to work on my own health, but understand timing, understand being in a company where no one knows our name. You're sitting at that point in time. You're sitting with a company that's a $500 million, but in the United States, in North America, no one knows our name. That's perfect timing. So we look forward to seeing you tomorrow night on the next Zoom. Have a great night. Appreciate you joining.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone,
guys.
for joining.
Thank
us.
you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.